Hello, viewers at home. This is News Digest from Rulers World TV. You are welcome to the program. This is the program where we x-ray the headlines, the top stories that making round from the dailies on daily basis. My name is Bolaji Samuel, and today our analyst is a public affairs analyst and a businessman, John Olanrewaju. You are welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Now, let's quickly run through the major story that is making rounds today. 2027, one term enough for any sincere leader to make impact, says Obi. ADC accuses Tinubu allies of plot to destabilize coalitions, says Tinubu won't be president if Jonathan crushed opposition. 2027, presidency in panic, ADC coalition alleges. And another story here, 20 states at risk despite 620 billion intervention from federal government. Then on a very sad note, Olubadan Oba Olakuleyin joins his ancestors at age 90. Then let's look at the last top story we are going to visit today. That is Natasha set to return to the National Assembly. That is Natasha preparing to resume back to his duty. That is Senator representing Kogi Central, the National Assembly. John Olanrewaju.
Yes, sir.
Now let's take the headlines one after the other and tackle it. Now, Obi, the former presidential candidate of Labour Party 2023 presidential election, says one term is enough for a sincere leader to make impact, that is to perform. What's your thought on this?
Thank you very much, sir. John Olanrewaju is my name. In my own view, I think constitutionally, that's not constitution because our constitution allowed the 8 years term. So either 4 or if you have another privilege to go for another 4 years, so you can also go for another 4 years if the people voted for you. But according to what Obi said, in my own view, I think 4 years to me is enough to do whatever that you want to do. Let's just take it for instance. If you look at our state, you will see that some governors that used to spend 8 years. So by the time they spend 4 years, you can able to point to 1 or 2 things they achieve. But by the time they come for the second time, so you will see that it's like they are just coming to come and serving the public funds. So there won't be any traces of development to them. So they only use the 4 years to just to let the people to show to the people that they have something tangible to offer them. But by the time you give them another opportunity of 4 years, you will see that they will just fumble. So we have seen series of cases in many states. So even in Oyo State, yeah. So if you check the 4 years of our governor, Makinde, you will see that 4 years, to me personally, he did very well.
You mean at the first
4 years of Makinde?
Makinde in Oyo State?
Yes, he did very well.
Correct.
Very fantastic. He did very well. But if you look at the second years, look at there are some allegation here and there about acquire the land here and there, which is not, you cannot trace it for for his 4 years. Because if happen that Governor Makinde taking that step in his 4 years, you will discover that it might be affecting to win the second term. But for the fact that he did very well for the 4 years, you will see that he just won easily. So for the second time. So to me, I'm agree with Obi that if you are a serious person, that 4 years is enough for you to show to the world that this is what, or to show to the state, or to show to the country that this is what you have for them.
In terms of performance.
In terms of
that's
performance.
What Obi is trying to
yes, time of
yeah.
That's what he's
that
trying
any
to
reasonable
government
should be able to
yes, at least, okay, let me cite you one example. When the President Tinubu came in, so the first in his first speech, he said that he removed the subsidy. And what happened? Everything scattered. He's here to spend up to 4 years. Look at what happened. Look at what Nigerians are complaining about the government.
They said we should be patient.
Yes, we can patience, but patience for how long?
Okay.
For how long? Even if you want to patience, for instance, now maybe you have a wife, you understand, and your wife is here to get pregnant. You understand, but there are some steps that will be taken that will show that okay, this wife is going to be conceivable. But in the case of Tinubu, to me, we don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. So there is no any traces of development. There is no any traces that this thing is going to be better. So to me, I'm agree with Obi.
But that the subsidy remover, they said the money, they've increased the allocation of the state government.
Well, it's true that the allocation of the state are increased. But shall we see it in the life of the citizens? Okay. Is it reflect in the life of the citizens? So removing the subsidy, that's not the case. Because how many numbers of people that eating the subsidy money? I don't think that they are up to 20,000. I don't even think that they are up to 10,000 people. So
out of 260
out of 200 millions of Nigerians. Yes, okay. Let's take it for instance that you are a government. The job of the government or the work of the government is to deal with enemies of the state. So you as a president, you have every powers, you have every means to deal with corrupt people. If truly you are not corrupt. So instead of removing the subsidy, why can't you go after those that eating the subsidy? So that's what I'm expecting the president to do. So instead of removing the subsidy, I plug the state into the problem. So look at the problem that everybody was facing now. Transport, food, and the rest. So to me, I don't see any meaningful things in removing the subsidy. But what I'm saying is that...
Now, Mr. Olanrewaju, let's look at it this way.
Okay, sir.
Removal of subsidy. People said the money, the proceeds from subsidy were given to the state governors.
Okay.
That is, people should hold responsible. They are state governors.
Yeah.
And leave federal government alone.
Yes, you are right, Sam. And
they removed the subsidy and they were giving it to states.
Yes, I'm agree.
The subnational to take care of their people.
I'm agree with you, sir.
So what do we do?
Before the removal of the subsidy, sir,
yeah,
states are collecting their allocation from the federal government.
Correct.
Okay, what are the impacts? So a serious government must look at all these things. That look, I
want to put it to you.
Okay, sir.
Are you in support or are you of the opinion that people should hold responsible their state governors for this predicament we find ourselves?
Not only
because federal government says all the money making from subsidy removal, all the money, all the largest they've increased the allocation going down to the subnationals, the states. So what they are trying to emphasize there is that people should leave federal government alone and face their state government. They say you should be asking questions from your governor. What did you use? Like this month allocation, what the federal government says they have increased allocations humongously.
Okay,
now, what were you using it for?
Well, It's
So,
like,
which side are you now? Yeah, let me ask
I'm
you.
coming.
All right,
I'm
sir.
coming.
Okay.
It's like one of the fellas song that say party government.
Mm-hmm.
The government of Nigeria is party, and the President Tinubu knows what he's doing. And we have been seeing the traces. What am I mean? You can see the numbers of the governor that are defected to the ruling party now. Why? Because
Why?
of the system of the Tinubu government.
What is the system?
Yes, the system is that to inject the money into the state so that the governors will have enough money to spend for themselves, not for the state.
Yeah.
You understand? So what I'm saying is this: instead of injecting the money into the state, why can't we use that money to better the life of the people? Let me cite one comment that Mr. President said before he become the president. He said that he will remove the subsidy. I'm agree that 3 of them said that he will remove the subsidy. Now, President Tinubu, before he became a president, he said when you remove the subsidy, he will inject the money into economy, into the schools. He will develop our institutions, and he will better the life of the people.
Yeah.
Even the road.
They have given student loan.
No, that's not the best thing to do, sir. The best thing to do, I think, giving the loans, does that mean you give them the money freely? How can you say you are giving the student loan? When
they have increased allowance for the corpus from 15,000 to 70,000.
Sir, all this thing is just like we are deceiving ourselves. Yes.
How?
Yes, I will let you understand. Okay, you are giving 70,000. You increase the allowance of the copper to 70,000 naira. Okay, how much the price of the rice, the congo of the rice in the market? How much are we buying the pepper? How much is the cost of the transport? So by the time you calculate all these things, you will see that there is nothing like helping the students, because what you giving them, you have already collected it from them. That's the system. So okay, you increase the salary of the workers. How much are we paying for? How much are we renting the house before? How much are we renting the house now? How much are we paying for the transport before? How much are we paying it now? It's like you just, I think if you sit down and criticize, we see that the government is just using the 419 system.
No.
Of course. That's the way I see it.
Okay.
Yes, because there is no any way you help the masses. There is no any way you help the students, because the money you claim that you gave to the student, in one way or the other, you have collected it back, even in double fold, if not even more than double fold.
Even I heard some people, the public there, they said one of the governors, when they asked that you want to use a particular amount to renovate the government house, now the governor said it's not his fault that the situation, the price situation of things make it to be higher. The cost of cement, naira, everything. So that's what makes that amount to be so high like that. That it's not really his fault. So what's your take on that?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Right.
It's because of the availability of the money that make the governor to think of renovating the money with amount of that, with that amount of money, 600 something billion naira, 633 billion naira for just renovation.
Even some people say they had Wike said the ICC building that was constructed for 200 and something million and now renovated for 33.
All these things are misplaced priority, sir. All these things are misplaced priority. That is why all this money they supposed to inject it to better the life of the people. Okay, the ICC that you renovated, okay, what the economic impact of ICC?
They are making money from them.
How much are they making?
They say within a week they have made up to.
That's how they will be telling the Nigerians, because they know that nobody is there to go and inspect it. So what they want the people to hear, that's what they will tell them. So I think look at the condition of our schools now, our institution. So before we enter into the studio, we are discussing about the ASU that are threatening to go on strike because of what? Because of June salary. And we say that we don't have money to pay for these people. When since the Tinubu came to the power, I have been hearing the series of delay of salary in federal, not in state, in federal. And the money is there to pay for this. Why delay? Look at primary school in Abuja.
Yes, they were.
For how many months now they are on strike now? Up to 6 months, if not more than 6 months now. They are on strike.
Now,
and you spend the same minister spend 33 billion naira, and you are yet to solve the problem of primary school teachers. What are we talking about?
so now that means there's a lot of problem for government to solve. So do you now think 4 years any person can come and solve those?
Any serious government, to me, 4 years will be able to see that this is a serious government. 4 years is enough to see that this is a serious government.
Some people even said that it will only be dollars or a failed whatever that repeats a class.
Yes, somebody says so. And quite unfortunate. Yes, I think Fashola. It's quite unfortunate that he himself repeated the class.
And maybe he failed at the
Well,
time.
Well, I think we can allow the Lagosian to say about that one, because I'm not in Lagos, I'm in Oyo State, so I can speak what is going on in Oyo State.
Okay. Now, away from that.
Okay, sir.
Now, let's take another, the top story here. ADC accuses Tinubu allies or plots to destabilize coalition. The ADC, African Democratic Congress.
Yes.
So this is an allegation now that presidency is in panic mode, at least to destabilize the coalition. Why? Why do you think things like that can happen?
Well,
Or ADC are just trying to encourage the sentiments of the public?
No, that's not a sentiment. Okay, where is PDP today? What happened to PDP?
They are struggling to come back.
You know, somebody is in PDP, that somebody is using him to destabilize PDP. Or let me say PDP is still in ICU.
Okay.
Yes. That we don't know whether it's going to survive or not.
We'll be praying for them.
It's not about prayer.
Yeah.
It's about to be taking necessary steps. So if the ADC now come out and allege President Tinubu of trying to destabilize coalition, I think they are on the right track and they know what they were saying.
So what do you see?
Because they are politicians. Okay. So to me, I see they are saying the truth. Because look at the way the Wike is doing in PDP. And I want to recall that there was a guy called Alimodu Sheriff in time of Jonathan.
Yeah, former
Borno State governor. Yeah. So we could recall that it was the same APC that are using Alimodu Sheriff then to cause the problem in PDP then. And before they fish him out, it was Wike, the same Wike, that went against Alimodu Sheriff then. So, and at the end of the day, they successfully removed Alimodu Sheriff as a PDP, maybe he's acting chairman then. Now, who is backrunning Wike now to destabilize the PDP?
You cannot establish that.
I just asked the question. Okay. I'm not particularly mentioning anybody.
Okay.
So I'm just saying who is backrunning him. And the person that backrunning Wike, I will say that the same person cannot also backrunning people to destabilize the APC too. ADC rather. Yeah. And before this coalition came to the APC, you know they wanted to form the political party. Mm-hmm. But they are having the problem with INEC. Why? Why the INEC refuse to register them as a political party.
No, I think there was a confusion there. We have two ADA that the name submitted.
If I may ask you, I know that you might not be able to answer me because have you ever had the ADA on the list of INEC?
It's me that is asking questions.
I know.
So, no, don't let
because to me, since when I've been voting, I've never come across with that name.
No, it was a new party also.
A new.
They said they submitted their
No, that's
register.
That's the point that you are raising here.
Yeah,
that
okay.
who is behind all these things? You know, in a situation whereby you don't.
In your opinion, you think some people are behind all this to make things tight for that coalition to establish themselves?
Exactly, because we are playing a game.
Okay, politics again.
Yes,
okay.
And if you don't allow the opponent to come in, the game will not sweet. It's just like a football pitch. Is it possible for only one team to play on football pitch? Who are the people that we just be our audience to be watching that team? It won't sweet unless you have opponents that we play together. That's the beauty of football and the beauty of every game. Even in lawn tennis, only you cannot play lawn tennis. It's not possible. So you must have somebody that will be your opponent, that will be playing the game together.
Now let's look at the coalition. Let's look at the set of people that were in that particular group. We have former Senate President David Mark. You have 2-term governor and 4 years minister
Aregbesola, yes.
8-year minister Amechi.
Yes.
A lot of them like that. They say
Also
former, whatever. Is anything wrong with that?
Well, to me, I don't see anything wrong there. Because Yoruba used to say, Ole lo mese ole ito lori apata. These people are into this game of politics for long. So if you want to win a caliber of Tinubu, and if you want to collect the power from him, like they said, they said where they launched the coalition, whatever. Okay. So they said that they want to collect the power from president. To me, if you want to collect the power from a caliber of Tinubu, I think it's not going to be easy. So you need the calibers of these people to fight with ruling party, because they are in that system before. They know that game. They know how to. It's just like a game of football, and you go and call the person that don't have the experience of football to come and play football. Is he going to play very well? No, you have to go and call the professional. So these people are professionals.
Okay, so you mean they have the muscle to
exactly they have the structure. They have the structure, because if you want to defeat the ruling party, if you don't have a structure in place, it's going to be difficult. There is no way. Take it for instance now. Okay, we have 36 states. So if you don't have structures, you don't have anybody in your state, you don't have anybody in Ekiti state, you don't have anybody in Ondo state who is going to fight for you there. So there is no way you can win.
Now, some people even said we have 2 coalitions running now in Nigeria, because some of the governors were defecting to the ruling party, APC. You have so many PDP governors, you have YPP, you have some maybe Abga setting to join. So can we call that one a coalition on their own, and another people now trying to form their own? You see that majority of people that were in this ADC, this coalition, they were either from PDP, one serving that or this before. The majority of them were from APC.
Yes.
At the federal level also now, most of the sitting governors even that won on the ticket of a particular party, they were moving to APC. What do we call that one? So that one is that another coalition setting in at the federal level, or what do we call that one?
Well, all these things are just a game of politics. It's just a game of politics. You know, when the election is coming now, we see there is something called transfer window in football. This is time of you haven't seen anything. Maybe by next year now, the window has yet to open. So by the time we enter into 2016 now, the window will open fully. And you see the players that will be transferred from one party to another party. So what we are seeing now is just preamble. So but next year, 2026, you will see the fully transfer.
Now, okay, with the setting of the coalition at this ADC, with the caliber of people that I don't want to say ganged up against it, that gathered themselves together to form this coalition, do you think they are for the masses or they are to satisfy their own interests?
Well, there is no any politician in Nigeria presently that's for the masses.
What again?
There is no any politicians presently in Nigeria that's for the masses.
How?
Yes, they are just for themselves. Okay, like what you are rightly said, Amechi is a former speaker of Rivers State, 8 years, during the time of Peter Odili. Okay, the same thing we have. He also did two times governor. He's also 2 times governor. Okay, we have Tambuwa, also 2 times governor and former speaker.
Right.
We have Arege, 2 times governor and also minister. We have Peter Obi, 2 times governors. So we have former Senate president. They are gathered together and form coalition. Are they new people? They are not. Okay, in their respective states, what are they doing? What did they did? What is their achievement? So look at Arebe, 8 years in Osun. At the end of the day, he left the Osun state with what? Without salary. Are we saying that it's for the masses? No. The same thing David Mark. What law did he make that bettered the life of the people when he was there for 8 years as a Senate president? So the same, many of them like that. But what we are saying is this. That's why the fact that they are not for the masses. But if you put 2 things side by side, you will see that one is better than the other.
No, one devil will be more prepared.
I don't even like the devil.
Okay.
Yes, but that's why I just say, okay, let us put 2 things together. You will know that one, okay, right. If you put if you buy another bottle of water now, and you put by the side with this one, you will see that one is better than the other. What am I saying in 2015? Before the APC coming. So can we say that the rate, the things is increasing? Can we say that that's the way it's increasing in 2015? So that's the difference. These people have already working with Jonathan. Before Jonathan, some of them work with Obasanjo, some of them work with Yaradua. Are we saying that the rate the things increasing now is the same increase then? That's not the truth. 8 years of Buhari, we know what happened. What is the price of the fuel?
Okay.
When Jonathan left, it's 88 naira. When Buhari left, it's how much? 190 naira. What is the rate of the dollar when Jonathan left? I think maybe 250 or 200. I stand to be corrected. What about when President Buhari left? It's 450 naira. Okay, when Tinubu come just for 8 years old, and look at PDP from 16 years till Jonathan time, they spent 16 years. And when they took the power in 1999, I think the rate of dollar then, I think is not up to 100 naira. And look at how much they levied. It's just 250 naira.
Okay.
And then for just 8 years of Buhari, look at the rate of dollars, 450 naira for just 8 years. Add it with 2 years of Tinubu. How much is rate of dollar now? 1,000 plus. That's 1,500 or what has this order now? So if you now compare it together, which one is fair? That's why people are saying, when the ruling party say that these people will take you back, they say that it's better to take us back to 2015 than now.
Okay, that dollar, so that when dollar was 4 something.
When dollar was 250.
250.
Yeah,
okay.
that is better to take us back. Okay, let us look at the price of the bag of rice then. Yes,
that they should take them back.
Yes.
When they saw the Red Sea.
Yeah, no, the case of Israel is even better than this one. It's even better than this. It's even better than this one.
So Nigeria prefer to go back to Egypt.
No, it's not the Egypt they are talking about is not the Egypt of the Israelites.
Yes.
Because the Egypt of this one is worst. I mean, it's better than the promised land that these people promise us. Yes. Because the promised land of the Israelites is God that promised them.
Yes.
But this one is not God.
Oh yes.
He's a man that I don't want to use bad language.
Okay, now
let me cite this one, sir, before you call me. Okay, how much the price of the bag of rice?
How much?
When Jonathan was there, it just 6,575. But how much the bag of rice now? All of us know the price now.
Now let's look at something. In 2013, 2014, before Buhari came in, there was coalition like this also.
Yes.
Then another election season is coming. So we have another coalition. If you look back, is there any difference between, because the people now are saying, why coalition? It's all those that way. Let just try to let us see the picture of that 2014 coalition.
Yes.
Is there any difference?
Yes, that is
coalition.
Different. Yes,
Okay.
that is different. The
Let's
difference are this one. The coalition of APC, you will see that is different political party joined together, like ACN, like ABGA, like CPC, and one part of PDP. That was, I think, 5 governors of PDP called New PDP. So they formed the APC. But this one is just like individuals.
No, PDP is for the. Let me see. Wait, like the spokesperson of this new coalition.
New coalition.
Bolaji Abdullahi from PDP.
Yes.
Atiku Abubakar is from PDP.
Exactly.
Obi is from Labour.
Yes.
Aregbesola, all those one and co from APC.
Exactly.
Are they not enough? Is that
no,
the party is not enough?
No, it's not party. It's not party. If you like what I said, ACN collapsed their structure.
Okay.
ABGA. No, ABGA did not.
No, yeah.
But what CPC also collapsed their structure.
Okay.
So, but these people, they are not.
Okay. You mean at the party level now?
Yes.
Okay. It's just maybe some people, the few people from a particular party, they move to
exactly.
Few people from. Okay, let's look at the caliber of people now. We've done with the parties that not all PDP are in this coalition, and not all APC. So all the total structure were not collapsed to this particular coalition. But let's look at the people, the caliber of people, the politicians that are in this game, and the politician in the former coalition. What do we make sense of that?
No, there is no difference. Amaechi is part of the APC that formed the APC coalition there. He's also part of this one. Aregbe is also part of the coalition that formed APC. He's also part of this one. So, Odigo Yekun is also part of the. Remember that he's a former APC chairman. So he's also part of the coalition there. He's also part of this one. Tambuwa He's also part of coalition there. He's also part of this one. So he just a politician that resemble each other. That's
now let's look at it this way now. Some of the even people outside this coalition, they were of the opinion that come 2027, Tinubu will struggle before it could get 30% votes from the north. Are you of the same thought? What do you think? And why did you think people are reasoning like that? Like Zaina, the daughter of Galadima, said the same thing. A lot of politicians from the north, they were of the same opinion that come 2027, Tinubu will struggle before he could get 30% votes from the north. What do you think they see for making such submission?
My own view about this point is that if you look at President Tinubu, how he deal with the northern people, especially the northern politicians, we see that they were not happy with Tinubu. Honestly, they are not happy with him. You know, the northern politicians and northern people, they see the politics as the main business. That's the way they see the politics, as a main business. And they don't want for once to leave the power. There was a time that I think it was time of Obasanjo that one state called themselves I've forgotten their power of nation or whatever, that Obasanjo corrected them that they should stop it. So what I'm saying is this. So they see the politics as the main business, and if anybody come and you deprive them of it, they will not happy with the person. Why did they love Obasanjo? Why did they told Obasanjo to come back in 1999? Because of what he did to them during Awolowo and Shagari, as he gave them the power then.
Okay.
Now, when President Tinubu, when he was campaigning, or let me say campaigning, you will discover that he is so much focused on the north than south. Why? Because he knows that he wants the vote of the north. That was why we southern people here were shouting that you don't even do anything for us here. And even when the Fulani marauders were killing the peoples here, when they killed the daughter of Baba Fashoranti, when President Tinubu, there was a Senator Tinubu visited the place, what did he say? He said that, how did you know that it was Fulani that killed her? You understand? So he did all these things to got the favor of the north. But now, when he became the president, it's like the expectation of the north towards Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they didn't get it.
Okay.
So definitely, that is why they were just saying that it's going to be difficult for President Tinubu to get the 30% of the vote in the north.
Okay, the Southerners, are they happy? With the don't let me say with Tinubu, are they happy
with the government?
Yes.
Okay, yes, that's good.
With the governance now, what is happening?
If I may say.
So if you let on the lighter mood now, if we are to say that from
to say if I generally speaking,
with Tinubu,
Nigerians are not happy with Tinubu government. Okay. Generally speaking,
Nigerians are not happy
with Tinubu government.
Okay, I get that. I get that.
But
why are they not happy?
Because they don't see the dividends of democracy. In fact, the two things that I've just mentioned earlier is spoiled his government, subsidy and the floating of the dollars.
Okay.
He spoiled his government. And number three, that we difficult for President Tinubu to get the vote in the north is about insecurity in the north. Look at the numbers of the lives they have wasted in the north. Zamfara, Plateau, Benue, even Kwara. Yeah. So and then their approach of President Tinubu to all those insecurity to them is not enough. It's like President Tinubu is not ready to do the needful.
But they said they have governors who should take care of that. They are collecting security.
When we are talking, yes, that's the problem. Giving the governor the security vote is just like you are wasting the money, because the governors is not has the power to even order the commissioner for police in the state that go and do this. If the IG in Abuja said that he should not do it. Remember the case of Amici and I forgot the name of this commissioner in Rivers State.
Yes.
I think Johnson or whatever.
Yeah.
Look at what happened.
Yes.
So that's it. So the state governors has no power to order the commissioner. But even he has no power to even order one just constable. Let you know, commissioner. So every security apparatus in the country is under the president. That's why they call him Grand Commander. So when he has to order them that go and do this, and they fail to do it, so he must know what to do.
Okay. Concerning that security votes, how do you think the governors, because what people used to say when they said, okay, the insecurity there, insurgency there, they said the governors are collecting security votes. What are they using it for? But at least I've seen so many governors that bought vehicles, police patrol van. Even if we can't, maybe just 2 or 3 states that you will see that will not buy police van, buy the armor tank, renovate the police headquarters or whatever, do that, whatever. And I'm sure that should be from security votes.
Exactly.
And people keep complaining, what are they using security votes for? And to me, I believe that the insurgency, the terrorists, is a national security. The threat is a national issue, because that's why we have the army to face the aggression from them. Because when we were talking about the state collecting security vote, whatever, all this insecurity, all this insurgency, the ordinary people cannot face them. Ordinary security apparatus cannot match them. They will now, you said you have a Motekun somewhere, you have the forest guard somewhere. Will forest guard go with them guns to go and face AK-47? That says the security of that magnitude is still the responsibility of the federal government. But the sentiment, I don't know, the sentiment of people there, the governors, they were collecting security votes. They were collecting. Is it security votes they will use to tackle the external aggression? Because when this happened, they will say they don't know where they come from. They will say they are not part of us. The language they speak is different from the Fulani we know here. It's different from whatever. That means the external aggression and supposed to be faced and matched with the major security apparatus of the nation. That's just a stand from some quarters. But let's look at it now. Most of the times, they blame the state governors. They said security is local. Is that type of security we are saying that is local? Yeah,
that is why our democracy is having K-leg. Because we don't put the democracy the right way that we're supposed to put it in every advanced country. So if you look at their security system, you will discover that right from the local government to the federal, they have security there.
Yeah.
So in America,
facing each steps.
Exactly.
Not that you will say the local security within go and face external aggression that carry machine gun, that carry pump action.
At all. If not because of, look at the Amotekun you are talking about, before we even having the Amotekun in Western region here, it take us, in fact, if not because of the late Akeredolu, that fought the federal government in Malamide, because they don't want it to be to come to reality. You understand? So we could see the impact the Amotekun is doing, their impact in Oyo State. We can make mention of one or two things that are impact in Oyo State. Now, what about if you have the real security, the way security is supposed to be? So the security is not supposed to be in the hand of one person with the federal government. Security must be all these levels of the government, right from the local to the federal. Even to me, I don't even agree in a situation whereby you will commit the security into the hand of the governors. No. Security, you cannot see it in any part of advanced country that they will commit the security to the hand of the governors. No.
Particularly the one that needs to do with all these external
aggression. Yes. For instance, we have the custom, we have the immigrations. So we have all these people. We even have the
to man
DSS.
The border.
Yes, to man. Yes, we even have the DSS that can go underground to investigate.
Yes,
so
where these people are coming from.
Yeah, they are coming from, and I know that they have enough evidence of these people
to know. Now let me even ask, why is it difficult since this day? Insurgency in Nigeria now is almost 20 years now.
Okay, yes.
If not more than that.
Yes.
Because bring back our guests.
2014. Yes,
we are in 2025.
2025, yeah, yes.
Now, what do you think makes it difficult for us to really identify and tackle this insecurity, this insurgency?
Well, you know,
the terrorists.
Yeah, there is.
Because they begin to graduate to their metamorphosis from terrorists to banditry to whatever. We don't know what they will call them next year now. Why is it difficult to really tackle and face them alone?
Because of hypocrisy. Okay. You know, but later Abacha said something that if the terrorists lasted for 24 to 48, he said that definitely you should ask the government.
The government have
hand in it. So if there is insecurity in the state, what is the job of the so-called state actors? They are the one that are supposed to. That is why we committed, because according to the Nigerian constitution, the first priority of every serious government is lives and properties of the citizens.
Yeah, security of welfare.
Yes,
security
that was why
they
voted for you, because they have committed their life into your hands, because you are the one that control all these security apparatus that you make mentions. So definitely, if there is any lapses, who are we going to ask? Is you. Definitely there is something fishy. Let me cite one example. In 2014, when they wanted to chase Jonathan away, how come the Boko Haram are the rest and the Fulani that killing the people, kidnapping the people that enter Nigeria? El-Rufai said when Buhari won the election in 2015 that he went to them, to their place in the bush, that he offered them money, and he told them that, look, one of you has become the president now, so take this money and live in Nigeria. I lived in Nigeria. So to tell you that they know one or two things about insecurity. They are just using it for politics. They are just deceiving the people. So how come will you tell me that in a country, that was why Donald Trump, when he swearing, he stopped the relief they normally send to the Africans. One of the senators in America, he said that there are people that they send to come and take care of the relief sent to the Nigerians, were the ones that are using that money to sponsor the terrorists. So are you telling me that it's you and I that we give it the money to the terrorists, how much do we get? They are living in the bush, in the forest, thick one. They are eating the fine food, getting the AK-47. They even have the drones. Where did they get money to buy all these stuff? Definitely, these politicians are the ones that are behind all these things.
Okay. Now, let's back to this issue of the coalition.
Okay.
So I want us to really put that on a very... Now, the coalition, the 2027 is not even, maybe some people even said maybe there's no more 2026 in Nigeria calendar because nobody is talking about 2026 now. So it's 2027
exactly.
People are talking about. Now, with their formation now, let's even look at it. Do you think something good will really come out from the...
Well, time will tell. Okay. So time will tell, because in politics they used to say that a day in politics is like it's like 12 months, and nobody can predict what may happen. Now we are seeing many governors in PDP that are defecting to the ruling party. Who knows what may transpire tomorrow? Maybe that 2026 that you are saying they are formatted, maybe it's going to be for the ADC. Who knows? Whether many of people that in the House of Assembly, they are the ones that will cross carpeting to the ADC. Who knows? But what thing I know is that these people are they are working underground. Like yesterday now, Babache Nawa has defected to the APC.
Yes.
So we don't know who else that will come to the APC again. I mean ADC rather.
Okay, ADC.
Yes, ADC.
Coalition.
Yeah, coalition. Babache Lawan, his former SGF. So he has crossed to the ADC. We don't know what will happen again. But the way I'm seeing it, even in my own opinion, I used to tell the people that, look, I'm not even after about whether they win the president, they win the federal or not. That's not my major concern. But my major concern is about we must have the opposition. Because if we don't have the opposition, the president will become emperor.
Okay, so put government on their
exactly. Because there won't be anybody to even challenge the president. And if you don't see anybody to challenge you, you will be doing like Alpha and Omega. So that's why I welcome the opposition. Whether they win president or they do not win the president. So as long as they have the major members in the House of Assembly, they can fight for the Senate president.
And that can liberate
speaker. Yes. So president won't just bring the bill and just tell the Senate president, just pass it and just pass it.
Yeah, I have it.
Just like that.
Okay. Now let's look at the issue of Natasha. Natasha set to return to the Senate. Now the court recently gave the verdict that the National Assembly that they were not, that their decision is not very correct to suspend a senator for 6 months. And that means it's not only that senator that is affected, but the constituency that the person is representing.
Exactly. Yes.
So now, what did you see to this very action? Could you say the Senate is not aware of this particular pronunciation before? That for that period of setting aside or suspending a particular senator, that means the constituency is not representing. So nothing will go to that constituency. No bill will come for that constituency. No, if there's any motion they want to pass that concern, that. So that means that particular constituency will be blacked out for that particular period. And imagine Natasha was suspended for 6 years. That means that constituency, particularly Kogi Central we are talking about here now, have no representation
Exactly.
in the national affairs
Yes.
for good 6 months.
6 months.
So what do you see to that particular? Will you say nobody in the Senate knows that this shouldn't be, and they should find another way of punishing any hearing member in that chamber than to now suspend and cut away the constituency from the system of the government?
Well, it's quite unfortunate that the Kogi people were Natasha represented, so they did not even see they won't see any trace of development just for 6 months. It's quite unfortunate. But to me, when the judge according to the Yaku now making his judgment about the issue, he said that there is not a particular time, maybe 6 months or 3 months or a month, that stated in the constitution that they can punish any lawmaker. So I think those are the lapses in our constitution, because they have to eject it into our constitution that to
our constitution now, all these House of Assembly, the National Assembly Constitution.
Okay, let me say
because they have their own
constitution. Yes, you are right. Yeah. Let me say the House of Assembly rules. Let me put it in that way. That they don't stay there that maybe a particular time, maybe 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, so it's not there. But to me, I think
with this pronouncement of the court now, you will know that this is wrong.
Exactly.
If they will accept.
6 months is too much. 6 months is too much. How could you sanction person for 6 months? And then in that judgment, she stated that the lawmakers only have 188 to sit. So out of 188, if you minus the 6 months, how many days remain? So definitely you have did a damage control to that constituencies. So we have to look at all these things. And they're just punishing the people like this. To me, the House of Assembly is supposed to even have a rethink. You're supposed to have a way of punish any of your members that did wrong, instead of sanction them to go out, sit down for the house for 6 months. Even for 3 months there is too much.
Yes, the needy was.
And then the worst part of it is that you even stop all the allowances, everything else that will go to that constituency, which is very wrong.
The same senator that were voted to the to
people voted for why will you just be making such reckless suspension like that? You are not the one. The way they voted for you, they voted for her. So you deny her, not herself. That constituency, you deny them their right, and this is not supposed to be, to me.
Okay. On the last note for today, let's look at the issue of Olubadan Oba Owolabi Olakuleyin joins his ancestors at the age of 90. Now, at this very particular time, we express our condolences to the Ibadan indigenes on the demise of the Olubadan Oba Owolabi Olakuleyin, who has joined his ancestors at a very, what I would call, ripe age of 90.
Yes, exactly.
Now, let's look at the system of getting to the throne of that very particular Ibadan. What do you see to that system? Because as it were now, the next Olubadan, without anybody going to one Babalawo or Orunmila or setting one constitution or whatever, the person that will be Olubadan is known. He knows himself. The people already know that this is the next person. And this is possible because of that particular system they have.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things people were saying, that it is system
Yes.
that is missing in Nigeria, that we are facing all these setbacks. That if we have a particular institution, a system
Yes.
that runs
Yes.
freely like
Yes.
that things maybe things will be better it can be.
Yes.
Let's look at the Ibadan now, the way they constitute their successor of their Oba. That system, what do you see to that system?
First and foremost, we commiserate with the people of Ibadan, the East region, and the people that live in Ibadan. So, I personally come from Ibadan, so I'm an Ibadan man. So, so that's a good system that Ibadan has been enjoying for couples of years back. Yeah, it's a good one, but we should give kudos to those that establish that system, because the system cannot establish itself. So it's called for the people, the visionary people, the people that know the good things for their people, that they will sit down and look to not to avoid having the problem, to avoid having people killing one another. So let us have a system in place that will give room to the peace. So that's why our elders and our Baba in Ibadan happen to set up that system. And there's a good system that have been working for them for long. So like Obola Kuleyi joined his ancestors now yesterday. So we all know that the next person has already lined up. So without any call Babalawo to come and ask the oracle that who will be the next Olubadan. If you check this very well, so it's just of this reason that the crown Alaafin, for how many years the seat has been there without Oba. So that is what we are talking about. That you will see some client that they will even kill themselves before they will finally get the person that will sit on, that will sustain, that will sit on that throne. So, but in Ibadan case is different, and I never see it. Even I can boldly say that all over the world, I've never seen such a system that they wanted to tamper with that system before. But at the end of the day, Ibadan knows how to call themselves, so to settle the issue when they are crowned some high chiefs that day to day should become the Obas. There are some arguments here and there. People are saying no. People are saying, we don't want this thing. But at the end of the day, they come together on the round table and they settle everything. And then we continue having the peace. So congratulations to the Ibadan people. And congratulations to the Babaladoja and every Ibadan people. Yeah, you did. Yes.
But some people say the system that needs to be reviewed, because that's why you see the age they normally ascend to that throne is a very ripe age that maybe
they don't use to last on the throne.
That they don't use to. That the time will come when you will see an Olubadan that will be 120 years before he get to the throne. Yes. So does that means anything?
To me, there is no any perfect system in all over the world.
Correct.
So it now depends on this system that you know that is favor you. So once you have this system that you see that is favor you, why can't you stick with it and continue with that system? So instead of having another system that will causing the problem. So if that's the system that favor Ibadan, let it be. So let us continue enjoying the system.
Thank you, Mr. Olanrewaju, for today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
For more news updates, programs, you can still visit our website www.rulersworldtv.com, and you can check and subscribe to all our platforms, the Rulers World TV on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Till another time, when we shall be coming with new episodes of this particular program, I remain yours, Bolaji Sama.